Hey there, guys, welcome back to Nelson Talks Football, and it's a match reaction to what we've just witnessed. Arsenal up against Chelsea. The Gunners have just won 5-0 at the Emirates. First, we're going to discuss the brilliance of Arsenal, and then I'm going to go to the downfall of Chelsea right now. Arsenal, for me, on the night, the tactics and the way the players executed the plan for Mikel Arteta was exceptional. Playing simple, win the ball up the field, and go at them. That easy. And you look at that squad and you go players like Odegaard, Ben White, Havertz today put in a shift. Havertz today was very good. The former Chelsea player hoping to make a statement, I would have believed, before the match. And that statement, he put it out there. And you look at what he's contributed to Arsenal and look at what Jackson on the opposite end of the field is doing. And it's basically just words and opposite, right? You have Havertz, 2 goals on the night, took his chances very well, and then you have Jackson, who at this point he shouldn't be in the starting 11 next season for Chelsea, right? Because you get a lot of chance, right, and you can't convert. Chelsea today was horrendous. I don't understand the tactics. The team was this loss today, right? Partially you blame on Pochettino for the tactics and how he approached the game. But the way they collapsed in that second half, right? After the first goal in the first 10 minutes, right? They come out, they play well, and then the second half, they just literally collapsed, right? The defending on the corner was horrendous, shameful, pitiful. That's basic, right? You have two people who's gone to the corner flag, you don't track them. You have two people at the end of the box, you don't track them. And then they gotta go from that. It's pitiful and it's disgraceful, and you have to wonder what they do in training when it comes to set pieces, because that was very horrendous, right? And then you have, I do not understand the plan by Pochettino. Why change a winning squad? Yes, you're gonna come up with the excuse of you don't have Cole Palmer, you don't have Gusto, who are essential part of this team, but then in your last 2 matches in which you've played well, you had Thiago Silva and you had Chalobah. 2 players who are miles above the 2 is sent out today. Badiashile and Disasi, sounds like disaster to me, were horrible today. Horrible. I didn't even notice Disasi was on the pitch actually. Badiashile was just an error waiting to happen. Playing out of the back, they felt uncomfortable. They didn't look good at all by any means. You look at the back line and you say, okay, one player you're going to give credit to is Cucurella. At least. Before the yellow card, it looked decent. And after the yellow card, he couldn't get into any tackle. And then his game just fell off. Absolutely fell off. He couldn't do anything anymore. But the pairing at the back, the centre-back pairing, Pochettino got it absolutely wrong. I do not get why you change a winning system. You took the system and played against Everton, you won, right? You went against Man City, you did well, right? Jackson failed to score again. And you come up against Arsenal and you decide to change and put in the Choco brothers, Badiashile, and that's just horrendous by Pochettino. And, right? You're playing out of the back, right? You want to progress up the pitch. Your 2 centre backs are not comfortable with it. Why don't you just play transitional football? The tactics was wrong. The setup was wrong. It was embarrassing to watch Chelsea because every single time they were in their half, misbehaving, I'll put it, with the ball, right? Trying to move the ball side to side. You knew Odegaard and the men were literally just waiting for them to make an error, and which they did, and they got hurt several times by it. They could have considered more. Like we literally saw a match that could have ended around 7-0. But then a couple of saves by Petrovic saved Chelsea, and total. It's an embarrassment, right? But it could have been way worse for Chelsea tonight. You look at the other end in Arsenal, Saliba and Gabriel weren't bothered. They weren't bothered by any means. Jackson was a passenger. He was absolutely crap on the night again. Had two decent chances. You see here, one of it, it's a header, right? That's basic stuff. Get your head to the ball. It doesn't matter how hard you hit the ball with your head or how soft your header is. Get your head to the ball. It's a goal. It's close range. The goalkeeper can't even see that coming. Just get your head to the ball and he goes with his hand. Is he trying to be a Maradona or what? Jackson was embarrassed. No way I'm the sporting director in Chelsea and I'm going with that guy as my striker for next season. He's not even going to be as part of the starting lineup. He's embarrassing. Jackson is a disgrace. He's a disgrace. And you had Drogba trying to give you motivation a few hours ago, and you see that performance from someone you basically try to comfort or praise on social media, and you see that kind of performance. Jackson's a disgrace. Mudryk, I didn't even know he was on the pitch. I didn't see anything from him. I didn't know he was even on the pitch. Two players for me in that Chelsea team, apart from Petrovic, that deserve at least to keep their heads up, right? They need to look forward. They've done decently good enough, right? That's Kukurela before the yellow card and Madueke. At least he wasn't tracking back though. Madueke wasn't tracking back to help out Gilchrist, right? And Troza was having a fun day with the young lad. He is young. He's probably gonna develop to something. But Madueke wasn't tracking back. But going forward, he was always going to give Tomiyasu a lot of problem. And I don't understand why you have an advantage on that side and Pochettino doesn't take advantage of that, right? He sees Madueke is going at Tomiyasu and he doesn't try to get the ball to him more. It's embarrassing from Pochettino again. Bad game management, bad coaching. I don't understand the plans. Mudryk shouldn't have started the second half. No way. He was so absent in the first. It felt like Chelsea were playing with 10 men. Mudryk was horrendous too as well. The front line, except for Madueke, was poor. Mudryk, I didn't even know he was on this on the pitch or in the stadium. He was absent, totally absent from the game. Gallagher, what can you say? Even his pressing game was off today. He couldn't press like a Rottweiler this time. Gallagher absent as well. You can see he put in the effort, right? Gallagher's going to put in effort, but his pressing game today was off. Controlling the midfield was terrible. He's not good with the ball at his feet. We all know this. Enzo, at this point, I feel for Enzo because he's basically just going to decline and not develop because he's wasted his career here at Chelsea. Last 2 years has been horrendous. Caicedo, poor. And you look to the other side in Arsenal, and we have Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, and Odegaard. Since the start of the season, anyone who saw this idea would tell you that the best midfield Arsenal can put out was Partey, Rice, and Odegaard. But Partey went on injury, and that's what brought Havertz to the midfield. The best midfield Arsenal could potentially have, if they can keep Partey fit, is that midfield. They bust the game. Chelsea, Enzo, Caicedo, Gallagher couldn't even get hold of the ball. And those three are meant to be ball winners. They couldn't even win the ball. It was men against boys. Men against boys in that midfield. Odegaard wasn't stressed like he was in the games against Villa, where he had to stay back with Rice and Havertz do the roaming in front as a 10. Odegaard was in his role. Great performance again by the Norwegian. Odegaard, top class player, world class player. Partey letting Rice do his job. Roam about, carry the ball, progress the ball. Partey just sits and intercepts and cancels every attack Chelsea was trying to pose. It was it's a very, very good display from Arsenal, but a shambolic display from Chelsea. No way. No way they've spent 1 billion on that squad and that's the best they can put out. I'm not buying the Cole Palmer BS shit, right? Cole Palmer is the best player in that team. Well documented. But there's no way you lose Cole Palmer and you can say Gusto. Gusto has been very important. You lose Cole Palmer and you lose Gusto, and then you're putting in that performance. That's shambolic. That's very shambolic. And Pochettino, is this the final nail in his coffin? We're yet to see, right? Pochettino at the end of the season, personally for me, I don't think he should be Chelsea's manager going into next season. I think he's done enough harm this season. Forget about the run in the Carabao Cup and the Emirates FA Cup, right? His team hasn't played exactly well. And when I say well, I mean for 90 minutes. Surely you see a bunch of 70, 60 right there. You had the Burnley game where it was just embarrassing to watch. As a Chelsea fan, you're going against Burnley, a 10-man Burnley, and they seem to have you by the scruff of the neck. Pochettino, he just has to work. And the Chelsea owners, again, another disgrace, another slap in the face. They need to sort this out because the team isn't looking good. But the Chilean disaster, waste of cash, wrong investments. Thiago Silva still looks miles ahead of them, and Thiago Silva is actually the defender leaving the summer. It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful to know your best centre back is a 40-year-old man leaving the summer, and the craps are the one you retain. It's disgraceful. Petrovic, graveyard shift. It was so bad. It's almost like they wanted to like leave him out there to just die or something. Petrovic was. I felt sorry for the guy. He just faced shots after shots after shots, relentless Arsenal, and that's just it. It's both basically men against boys. Embarrassing performance by Chelsea. Awesome, brilliant performance by Arsenal. Understood the game plan, executed it to the highest level you could think of. Arteta will be very proud of his boys. And that's the reaction. Shambolic Chelsea, brilliant Arsenal. Like and subscribe, guys, and let me know what you think in the comment section.